The hotel receipt that ended everything. How I found out my girlfriend lied about her sick aunt. Welcome to Breakup Cheater. Let's dive into today's story. It all started with a receipt. I wasn't snooping or suspicious. I was just doing my usual Sunday morning cleaning routine. My girlfriend, Rachel, had left for her morning jog and left her gym bag on the couch. I picked it up to vacuum under the cushions and her wallet tumbled out. The zipper was already open. Out of habit, I went to zip it shut, and that's when I saw it. A folded piece of paper. I almost put it back without looking. But curiosity got the better of me. It was a hotel receipt. Not a budget place. This was from the Orion, one of those upscale boutique hotels known for weekend getaways and romantic packages. The receipt listed a 2-night stay, room service charges, a bottle of Merlot from the minibar, and 2 glasses. Rachel had told me she was going to stay with her aunt that weekend. Said her aunt had just had knee surgery and needed help around the house. Groceries, meds, errands. I didn't think twice. I trust easily. Or at least I used to. The date on the receipt. 2 weekends ago. While I was pulling a 12-hour shift at the emergency clinic, Rachel was sipping wine 15 minutes from our apartment. My first instinct was denial. Maybe it was work-related. Maybe she booked it for a friend. Maybe it was a mistake. But her full name, Rachel Monroe, was printed clearly at the top. Room 213. Dates matched perfectly. I sat down at the kitchen table and stared at it. That Sunday morning she came home at 11:32 a.m. I remembered because she kissed me on the cheek and said, "Aunt Jo's doing better." Still cranky though. I remembered thinking how casual and believable it sounded. I didn't say anything. Not that day. Not the next. I just made a copy of the receipt, slipped the original back into her wallet, and waited. Because when someone can lie to your face like that, calm, composed, and detailed, you don't respond with emotion. You respond with evidence. Monday evening, she came in like nothing had happened. Gym bag over her shoulder, hair damp, earbuds in. "Hey babe," she said. "Dinner plans or lazy night?" I looked up from my phone. The receipt copy sat beside me. "How's Aunt Jo?" She paused. Half a second, just enough for her brain to catch up, then smiled. "Still cranky, but the doctor says she'll bounce back in a few weeks." I picked up the paper, unfolded it, and slid it across the table. She stared at it. Didn't touch it. "Must have been hard helping her from a hotel downtown," I said flatly. Her eyes flicked to mine. Then she blinked like she was resetting her emotions. "Daniel, I can explain." I stayed silent. "It's not, look, we weren't really together that weekend." "Come again?" I asked, leaning back in my chair. "You were so distant. We hadn't really connected in weeks. I needed space to think. And yes, okay. I stayed with Alex." "Alex Mason?" "Yes." "Your ex?" She swallowed. "He messaged me. Talk." "Mostly." "Mostly," I repeated, each syllable like a nail in the wall. "It's not cheating if we were on a break." I tilted my head. "Tell me when this break started." "It was implied. We hadn't spoken properly. You were cold, distant. I felt alone. So your answer was to sleep with the person you used to love." "I needed clarity," she said a little louder. I nodded once. "You found it." She tilted her head. "What do you mean?" "We're on a break now. Real one. You've got 30 days to move out." She blinked. "Wait, what? You said we weren't together that weekend." "I'm just making that permanent." The next few days were quiet. Too quiet. Rachel didn't fight. Instead, she went into full performance mode. I'd come home to scented candles, wine poured, jazz playing. Dinner on the table. I didn't touch a bite. On the 4th night, she came out wearing that blue dress I once complimented over a year ago. Hair curled. Makeup done. Glass of wine in hand. "I figured we could talk," she said. "About your apartment search." "Yes." She sighed. "About us." "There is no us," I replied. "You're really going to throw away 3 years for one weekend?" "No," I said. "You threw it away." "I'm just packing it up." That night she tried crawling into my bed. I locked the door. By day 6 she changed her approach. The manipulation began. "I've paid half the rent for almost a year, Daniel. I have rights." "No lease," I said. "You've been paying me month to month." I called Claire Jackson, an old friend who's also a contract attorney. She confirmed, no lease, no agreement, no rights beyond 30 days. So I sent a formal written notice. She read it, ripped it up in front of me. "I'm not leaving." "You are." He tried anger, then tears, then bargaining, even therapy. But I stayed calm, because this wasn't just about a lie. It was about how quickly she turned me into a stranger when it suited her. How fast we became me. Day 10, she started poisoning the well. A friend of ours, Liam, messaged me. "Hey, not taking sides, but Rachel says you've been distant for a while. That you've been cold. Emotionally checked out." At the gym, my buddy Jordan pulled me aside. Rachel had told him I was emotionally unavailable. That she felt abandoned. That she had to reconnect with someone who made her feel seen. I didn't argue. I just pulled up the hotel receipt and showed him. He blinked, then nodded. Reality snapped back in place. Rachel's Instagram became a battleground. Vague stories started popping up. When they gaslight you and call it love. Healing from silent toxicity is still healing. You can't break someone who found herself. I said nothing, posted nothing, just saved everything. Then came the email draft, left open on her laptop. Subject line: tenant harassment. Daniel has become increasingly erratic and manipulative since I told him I needed space. She never sent it, but I took a photo. The goal wasn't reconciliation anymore. It was control. Day 15. A fraud alert lit up my phone. $450 at a designer clothing store. Then Sephora. Then a luxury spa. All charged to my emergency credit card. One I'd given her for emergencies when she first moved in. I shut it down immediately. That night she burst in. "Why is my card declined?" "Your card?" "Yes. That's my card. For emergencies. I need interview clothes. You kicked me out. What do you expect? Use what you own. You're not broke. You're just cut off. You're financially abusing me. I'm financially recovering from you." That weekend I walked in to find Alex, the ex, sitting on my couch. "Daniel," she said sweetly, "we're just talking." "Cool," I replied, grabbing a beer. "You've got a few more days to talk." Alex shifted awkwardly. Maybe I should." "Yeah," I said. "Good idea." She slammed the door after him. "You're ruining my relationships now." "No," I said. "I'm just making sure everyone gets the full picture." Then HR called. Complaint. Anonymous. Rachel had called, claiming my home behavior was affecting her mental health, and that it was bleeding into my workplace. I met with my boss. Showed him everything, the receipt, the texts, the screenshots, the spending. He nodded. She wanted a war. So I gave her truth. I made one post. No names, just facts. 2 weekends ago, my girlfriend told me she was helping her sick aunt. She actually checked into a hotel with her ex. She claimed we were on a break, news to me. I gave her 30 days notice. Since then, she's used my emergency credit card, attempted to spin a narrative about abuse, and even contacted my employer. I'm not naming anyone, just clearing my name. The post blew up. People knew. That night Rachel came home red-eyed. "You humiliated me." "No," I said. "You humiliated yourself. I just gave the facts." Day 30 came. She hadn't packed a thing. I waited until she went to work. Then I hired movers. Boxed up every item, changed the locks, stacked her boxes in the lobby with a sign. "Rachel Monroe's belongings. Please collect by 5 p.m. or they'll be donated." She arrived at 4:47 p.m. with her father. "You couldn't have made this easier?" she asked, voice shaking. "I gave you 30 days. That was easy." Her father said nothing, just helped load the boxes. I have nowhere to go. I'm not your emergency contact anymore. You're really doing this. I just nodded. As they pulled away, her father looked at me and gave one silent nod. Now, the apartment is quieter, lighter. No eggshells, no vague threats, just peace. 6 months later I met someone new. Alina, a middle school music teacher. No games, no manipulation. We both agree. If you need a break, it should be a mutual decision, not a cover for betrayal. As for Rachel, last I heard, she was staying on her cousin's pull-out sofa, still posting vague quotes about surviving narcissists. And maybe she is healing. But now, she has to do it without the man who once paid for the Wi-Fi, the wine, and her weekend clarity. Because this time, the break was real. And permanent.